Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 108. 108 weeks in a row that we have been here. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and start off the top with talking about our new partnership with Califino Tequila. So that was a great day. That was fantastic. We're also going to go ahead and directly go from there to a very important match. Xolos versus San Diego Loyal. Two balls under wood. The great Alan Underwood's going to go ahead and join us. We're going to have a recap of the match. What do we expect after now that we face a team like other teams in the USL? And some kit reveal hype and anything else that might happen with the great Alan. We're also going to talk LigaMX. Chivas loses on the last second of the game.
Yes.
We're also going to touch again on Xolos because they played the day before against Necaxa. They got a cool couple goals scored on them. It was a tie on that. We're going to go ahead and jump into Champions League, last week's matches. This week's match is easy peasy lemon squeezy for Chelsea, the champions of the world. Just reminding everybody. We're also going to go ahead and go over last week's the Premier League. Chelsea winning 1-0. Man U, Tottenham defeating Man City. Liverpool, Luis Diaz, the new boys, getting some scoring in there. And reacting to some goals from the best. It was the best. It's a good video.
It is.
The best goals of Mexico from 2000 to today.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're going to start it off with our Califino partnership that we made.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to kick it off with Alan, the two balls under wood. And that's what we're going to call that segment, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're calling that right now. You know, you guys can't see it on screen right now, but we're directly looking at Alan, looking absolutely scrumptious. But no, so definitely. So it did come down that, we made the announcement that we are partnering with Califino Tequila. Some of you may or may not have heard about Califino Tequila. It is a tequila that was literally, it came about in it came out in a locker room for San Diego Sockers.
Yeah.
We got the whole story up and down. Sorry, I was reading a comment. The story up and down and we got a tour of the office that they have over in Califino. It was a fantastic office space. They literally have a bar in there. It's a workspace. People come in and work. They just chill. There's a membership. Thing. We're not selling memberships. We're not selling any of that. We're not even selling Califino Tequila. We're partners, and hopefully they'll help us out with some of our travels and some of our adventures.
Might even get
here.
to do a pod from their office, which is insane.
Yeah, no, that's
pretty cool.
It was a really good office. We got wined and dined. We tried the gamut of Califino's tequila.
Yep.
And pretty soon there's going to be a coupon code, a discount code. It's going to be
coupon code.
Coupon code.
Discount code. Yeah.
Coupon. Coupon. Hello, coupons. Two balls 20
couponers.
2 balls 20 will be the coupon code. Not yet though. We'll let you know whenever that happens. Some of those proceeds will be coming back to us and directly funding whatever crazy adventures that this thing takes us on. But
all this stuff.
Yes. Inside baseball. Chiva has once again been incredibly generous and
taxes purposes, don't
expanded
tell the
that credit card.
Don't take the IRS. Don't tell them.
IRS, it's all overboard.
Anyway,
so I think it's only appropriate that we start this partnership right now, and you wanted to go with the Blanco, so I opened it for you.
Okay.
So okay.
Yeah. Woo. You want Blanco too?
I mean, yeah. Why not? I mean, we'll progressively keep moving up. It'll work.
I'm doing a small one, bro. Like I'll give you a small one too. You know me, I'll die.
That did not sound like a small one.
It was.
That did not sound like a small one.
It was a small one.
Take out your lime that you brought from home.
Fuck you.
Take out that lime that you brought from home, Chiva.
Yes.
Take out the lime.
Proudly, right here.
Proudly. All right.
Yeah, because I'm a bitch.
Nah, you're good, boy. So they didn't give us, I asked, hey, do you want to have an ad read for this? Like, Califino. Or like, Califino is from the great city of Arandas, Jalisco, from the Luna family. It's been distilled and brought here into the United States. Usually it's sold at 30% in Mexico, but U.S. laws require it to be 40%. So it's even better, and the formula has been
stronger.
So that's all true. But we don't know what we're going to do with these ad reads, but thank you, Califino. Salud. Salud. See you, Alan. Salud.
Salud.
Salud to everybody who's watching. Appreciate you guys. You really...
la verga. Que fino.
Que fino, Califino. But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and say Oh boy,
Going to our favorite
warm me
segment.
up.
Do you want a limon?
I'm very okay. Thank you, Chiva.
This is probably my favorite segment now.
Just
No,
the one that we just
no,
had.
the one that
the
we're
one we're
heading
gonna have.
into,
Okay, that's just like
yes.
this drinking segment every time. That's
Oh,
my
no.
favorite segment.
Oh shit.
But we do want to go ahead and welcome the great and powerful, the wonderful Alan from San Diego, from Under the Wood. Alan, how are you?
Good. Yeah. Am I a soccer person? You almost describe me as like the Wizard of Oz, which I think is apropos. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a hot air balloon to the next game and give somebody ruby slippers or something.
Have you ever watched The Wizard of Oz, Shiva? You strike me as somebody who hasn't.
No.
Really?
Like I've seen clips of it. Like,
Clips of it? What kind of clips
like,
are you
I know,
watching?
like I know the whole
Oz?
thing. The tap your shoe, like your heels 3 times. I want to go home. I want to go home. Something like that, right? And then like the Tin Man, and then
That works.
The lion, and
That works. All right, so
scarecrows.
So you are already on Dream Street. Get your Califino if you want to be at the level of Chiva at this point. But we do have some new overlays, some new things. So check us out on YouTube. We got some new computers over here. It's fantastic.
Ooh.
It's a new lower angle, so you can see us closer.
up and personal, up close and personal.
But this is what people get here. Thank you, Jay Pablo, saying felicidades and
Cheers, fellas.
Yep.
Cheers to you.
Recap of the match. There was a soccer.
Yes,
there was
let's
a
talk
soccer game.
now. Yes.
Lads.
San Diego Loyal played against Xolos, and this game was very hyped up as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, it was an under-20 team. Xolos had played the night before against Necaxa for a LigaMX match. That's expected, right? You're not going to risk your starting players not even midway through your season, like 5 weeks into your season. So Loyal ended up playing the under-20 for Xolos. On paper, it still says Xolos. It doesn't say Xolos under-20. So pretty good win overall. They did win 3-2, but let's go over the starting lineup.
That's a great idea. So the starting lineup goes ahead and starts us with, where did he go? Where did he go? Boom, boom. We're working through it, guys.
Hey.
There he is. Let's make you fit in there.
I don't think.
God bless our technology.
I think people might want the further look away as opposed to this close up.
It's all good. They love us.
Hell no.
So again, we went over it when we got word at the stadium before the game that it would pretty much be the exact same lineup as it was against Whitecaps and the team that was out there for 60 minutes of that preseason game. So again, Coque Vegas, Elijah Martin, Kyle Adams, Grant Stillman, Jack Metcalf. That's your back. Solid. Charlie Adams, Colin Martin linking up again in the center mid position. Tumi Moshabani, Nick Moon out there. Alejandro Guido and Kyle. Finish it, guys. Kyle.
Basel.
Right, Alan?
Kylie V?
Kylie V.
Kyle. Yeah. So Kyle, who we have a some little something for you whenever you score. Not that you're watching, but please score soon because you need it. I think
well, it has to be for a league match, right?
Yeah, no, it has to be for a league match, definitely. If he scored a hat trick, which he very well could have in this last game.
But I mean, this starting lineup, right? You repeated that was the starting lineup against an MLS team, the Whitecaps, and that lineup held their ground against them. They didn't get scored on. They didn't score, but they didn't get scored on either. Very solid lineup. Alan, what do you think of their performance this game?
I thought it was pretty good, although Nate Miller after the match was, I don't want to say negative, but a little bit like happy in some parts, unhappy in others, which leads me to believe that there's some play that maybe he thinks could be better. And I think with coaching staffs, they're going to always try to find that spot to make the game better. I thought defensively, they handled the game pretty well. Yeah, they're playing a Xolos kind of U20 with a couple of numbers that weren't in the hundreds. So you're playing some pretty good players. You're playing guys that are hungry to get some first team minutes and want to show the team that they have the ability to make that first team. And, defensively, I thought they played really well. There was that the only goal that the first team let in was that penalty. But defensively, I thought they held up pretty well. Maybe a few too many giveaways of the ball. I think Kyle was pushing a little bit too hard there at the end too. But defensively, I thought they played really well. You can tell how they like to play with Adams or Martin, Elijah Martin, really playing on the back of the offensive outlet to kind of stop any kind of counterattack. They were really kind of right up there on that guy getting the ball out, and I thought that they did pretty well to gain possession back. It was an entertaining match for sure. I think that's one thing you're going to get from Loyal this season is a really high energy, entertaining match where they're going to be very aggressive on the front end. Kyle looks like he wants to like pound the ball into the back of the net. Guido had a pretty good play to follow up on some defensive miscues. And we saw some really good set pieces. Charlie Adams was serving dimes all night up top. So that was a really positive sign as well, that they're really working together. That's one of those things where, you hope that things start clicking and they still have a couple of weeks to really put it together for that first game before it really matters on the pitch if those things come off.
I've really been impressed with Charlie Adams, actually, these last couple games, these last 2 games. I think that he's shown exactly what people talk about him about, right? So people who have seen Charlie Adams play, they mention, even Kyle himself mentioned like his touch, his you
were very negative about Kyle Vassell at first. You kept saying
during the game. Definitely.
He does fall a lot.
He does fall a lot, but that's part of he does fall a lot, but that's part of his game. It is part of his game to be physical,
to draw fouls.
To draw fouls. But if you're not getting those fouls, then you're gonna have to adjust on the fly and adjust your type of game and get up.
If you're getting knocked, like you can push and stuff, you can't just not fall. You can't just.
There was some of them
supposed to do, just fall and then push up position, just jump back up.
For his physique, he should be able to hold off a couple of scrawny kids. I'm not gonna lie. For his play style. He goes, and that's the thing. Like, if you do get those fouls, that's fine. But when you're just simply not, then you're gonna have to figure something out, and try to stay upward, and then have them draw a foul. But then that means that they're gonna have to foul you even harder. So then it's gonna be even more noticeable than the fact that these guys are fouling, these guys are doing this whatever. There was a couple times where I felt even last game.
All those times he went on the ground, those were pretty hard. Like.
Some of them,
like attacks on him, like
some of them.
I think all of them. Honestly,
some of them he was running with the ball.
Yeah, but you're
from
off
the
balance.
Midfield. He's not even off balance. He just ran out of steam, right?
Yeah,
because he's going full blown for 1/3 of the pitch. Once he gets to the last third, he looks around. There's nobody helping him, which is another thing that people, I think we really talked about. But there was nobody really helping him. There was 3 on him. On the right side, I didn't see Toomey because they were kind of discombobulated with him and Guido. That shape is still, trying to become what it's going to become.
2 games in, right?
Sure, two games in.
I do think he is a hot. He does get angry a lot when he doesn't get the call. Me and Alan witnessed it. Just very verbal with the referees.
Yes.
And strong words to say as last was Charlie Adams.
Could you guys enlighten us on? I was in section 105. So can you enlighten us, Alan, on some of the things that were said on the fly?
Yeah, he's pretty terrifying. He's intimidating for sure. He was really upset with some of the physicality that was being. There was a couple fouls where he was kind of fouled off the ball early in the first half. He was pretty peeved, and I think it was mostly like, "Hey, you got to call some of those because I'm just getting bulldozed by guys just taking body instead of ball." And was very vocal with that the assistant referee on the home side of the pitch, and Charlie was also very vocal with her. After there was like a cross that came in that bounced off the top of the bar and stayed in, and she called it out. And he was him, and I think Metcalf was also pretty vocal about that as well. Like
and
all 3 of them were, and it's because it's like a British accent. It's also slightly disarming as well. Like when Metcalf like yells at the ref, it's like he's mad, but it's also like a little bit pleasant because it's the British accent, and you like give him that. I don't know what it is about that British accent. It's just you can like tell somebody off, but it's like, oh, that's cutesy. It's like a British comedy show right now.
No, it's one of those things where I've heard Metcalf be just Gordon Ramsay-esque, not just with the referees, his own teammates. But especially he just jabs at you, just verbally just assaults you, just little pokes on the side. If you're attacker on his side, like you just get ready to be mentally abused and physically just destroyed, all in the sake of the game, obviously. But I do remember seeing on the edit for the vlog, Charlie Adams having some choice words, and I thought, this is fantastic content. It might be a little incriminating, so we'll just save that for the vault. That we have.
You
that.
put it on the video.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
okay.
off a corner kick.
Okay, yes, I did, but I stopped it after because he said.
No, you. Everything's on there.
Where is it? Let's find it. Let's do this. We have. Let's go tech.
It's right there.
It's gonna be right here.
Yeah.
All right, here's the technology for 2 balls and a mic. Let's see what we got here.
I'm pretty much one of the only game footages you'll see.
One of the only game footage you'll probably see from this game out there. So exclusive, once again, 2 balls and a mic content, up and close with Charlie Adams.
Great cross. Yeah. Oh, great cross, Charlie. Oh.
So now I remember what I cut off. In the other corner, he did it wasn't the best of corners, and then you said, you did that all for that? And you did it pretty loudly, and that's what I cut off.
Wait, did I?
I did, 100%.
Oh, shit.
You were like...
And I told Alan, I oh, no. I know why I said that.
Why did you say
Because they moved the little fence farther back.
Oh, yes.
And like it almost knocked the camera down, and I was like, oh, okay, fuck. And I was like, oh, you guys did that for that?
Yeah. You had me move from my designated media area out there, but what did he say?
That was a good one.
What did he say?
That it was a corner. That's our ball.
Yeah.
How did you not see that? Came off his shoulder.
I
was right next to you.
I love that. I mean, and these are the things that you don't really get to hear. In a packed stadium, because Torero was pretty full. I might say, again, a good turnout for this game.
I think it was around over 4,500, right? Maybe 5,000.
I think so. So, does anybody know what that what is it? South end, like where there's not a lot of people and chairs. Like, can people buy those tickets?
Which tickets?
This right here.
Those are the most expensive tickets. That's like a VIP area.
Really?
Because they have like its own bar and they have their own entrance on. When you go in by the parking lot, there's like that entrance on the right side. That's to go there.
It's the Tory Club, baby.
I thought the Tory Club was on the floor on the.
No, that's family and guests.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where you see other players, family of players, guests.
Who do we see down there that didn't play?
Oh, Jack Blake was there. Anthony Siaha. The redhead. What's his name?
Not Boxall.
No, not Boxall. It's Camdale, something like that.
Camden Hayward.
What?
I don't know. Camden Hayward. Who is Camden Hayward now?
I have no idea. There's a comment saying any trial players make the team. We don't know. The team hasn't announced that.
So, Alan, did you happen to listen to our interview with Landon where I straight up asked him, what's a trialist?
I did.
So
I thought that was a very good question.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Very good question.
Because that's a question that a lot of people have. I won't play it just because the wind and the audio was wild.
I told him.
But again,
you need to ask Landon what a trialist is.
It's who was MIA. I hope everything is fine. Nate Miller, again, taking the
Landon
reins,
wasn't there,
taking the mound. So
Camden Riley, thank you, 619 Soccer.
Thank you, 619 Soccer. Yes, the Red Rifle, Camden Riley.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, it was one of those games where this can be another USL team. To be completely honest, we were talking about it. Xolos played the night before. A lot of academy kids, a lot of 100s, a lot of 200s on the back of people's jerseys.
Yeah.
Not a lot of first team players. To be completely honest,
not any first team players.
I think there was one who's a rotational player for the first team.
Okay.
But again, this is a young team, a team that does have senior players sometimes with them, so they know how to play. I've been able to do commentary for some of them. I recognize some of the kids. Gerson, Danny Lopez is another one.
Oh,
Not
look
the
at
boy.
you. Look
Not
at
the
you.
boy. They have a dude named Clifford. That's pretty dope. Then they had
And they wear red, so the Clifford the big red dog, right?
absolutely. Oh, and
Oh,
son
Xolos.
perros, and they're perros. They're dogs. Wow, look at you, Alan. I love that. What?
Amigos, you don't get it. You're not hip.
I'm not. In any case, it was a good game, and I was talking about like how I could see this being what we see against the teams, say like Los Dos, Galaxy Los Dos, which is a home opener. Los Dos is a very young team, incredibly talented, incredibly fast, very, very skilled. They do a lot of rollovers, step overs, but again, they have really sound qualities about them and their game, and they can be explosive, and that's what ended up happening in the second half. In this
who knows
game.
what they look like this season, right? I mean, it can be completely different than last season where they were competitive and then they kind of fell off a bit and they kind of started fighting back. But like you said, it is going to be kids, pretty much same age as the Xolos under 20. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a very good point you brought up at the end of that video. This is what Loyal should play against that team, right? And they should win comfortably. But, guys, I mean, we're forgetting to mention.
What are we forgetting to mention?
Xolos tied this game at the end and was given an offsides on that goal.
Tied.
But that's the story of Loyal the whole last season, not being able to close out games and in the last 5 minutes getting scored on. It happened how many times last season? Too many to count.
A couple.
Yeah. But, I mean, is that what it's going to be like this season again? They can't close out games?
Senor Alan?
Well, I mean, you are talking about trialists and you are talking about, kids. And you're not going to get the same kind of cohesion with guys who haven't been on the team together for, much more than preseason. So even if some of those trialists make the team, I mean, some of the guys who play on the second team are probably going to be, Evan Conway is going to be on the team. And, CJ Fodry, maybe. We don't know yet. I think, he has the opportunity to play at San Diego State. But some of those guys might make the roster. You might see them occasionally. I would be more worried if the, first team was giving up a late goal at the end of the first half, was giving up a goal from the run of play. The only game the first team is allowed in 2 matches is that penalty that we saw. I think it was Colin in the front get the ball, and so we saw that, and we're like, that's not a penalty. And then Tony, you were like, it was the guy in the back clipping his heels.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
We can agree to disagree.
So we have exclusive footage of what it looked like exactly in the same quality too of what that penalty looked like. That's how far you guys were. That's literally how far you guys were. That's actually how I usually see things on my day-to-day basis.
Yeah, now imagine if we had a DSLR camera to get better.
I mean, I had my Go-Go Gadget.
Ooh.
My Go-Go Gadget binoculars out. But it ended up being just silly string, so I couldn't see any better.
So this is kind of what you're talking about. The gray pixel is the one that's going down. That's Colin Martin, and he's sliding. He did touch the ball, but he did clip the back of the foot first. And that's obviously the referee was in prime position to call that a penalty.
The referee was terrible again.
But I have to say it was a penalty. Like, again, agree to disagree, but from the way I saw it, which was literally
an eye and a half
there, like in front of me, like he clipped the player first. Either way, the ball goes. Oh, hey guys, there. Whoa. This is the live reaction to you guys seeing.
We had very good lighting, Alex.
This game. That was very good lighting. We'll switch that to other good lighting. But the ball did go in. Coque Vegas.
Oh, dude, he touched it.
Almost had that. But unfortunately wasn't able to keep that out of his net. He guessed it. He played all right. But they played the first team not 60 minutes. They played a little longer this time.
75.
Yeah. And
that's what Alan heard. It was going to be around 75 minutes because the second team did have a scrimmage after against Point Loma Nazaret, which they didn't do any coverage on it. They didn't let any media apparently do any coverage on it. So nobody knows. Nobody knows what the score in that game was. Oh, did anybody end up finding out?
No. We'll find. Hey, Chiba.
A game was played.
There I am. A game was played.
Game was played.
A game was played.
Isn't that the?
I mean, we kind of got kicked out.
Yeah, we did. The story of San Diego Loyal's preseason. A game was played.
Yeah, I mean, Kogame did make a really flashy big save.
Yes.
There was kind of another goal mouth scramble that they managed to keep the ball out. I think that's 2 games in a row. That was kind of a little bit of maybe sloppiness in the back third that led to a pretty good chance. I think Vancouver kicked the ball wide, and this one looked like a save, and then maybe cleared off the line. It was, again, hard to tell through all of the craziness. But again, some tenacity in that final, or the defensive third. Saw quite a few more block shots again. I think guys willing to put themselves on the line. But I think Koke is cementing himself as a number one.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I don't know.
But I mean, Jason's telling us that he was 1-0 PLNU, so Point Loma Nasser University, when he left. So Loyal was down.
Interesting. They had just played a couple more games. The other team was fresh.
15 minutes.
So, hey, it is what it is. Fresher legs.
No. There's also, Jason also said, is Ian May gone? And I mean, we haven't seen him. So
there may be a lot of turnover for those select players just because they are much younger players.
Yeah.
And they have other options. They have other lives. They have
maybe his parents didn't sign the permission slip.
Where were you when you were 16, Chiva?
In high school, playing varsity soccer. I'm just kidding. No, in high school, just walking home and to school.
You're the most uninteresting person I've ever heard of.
What were you doing when you were 16? Like 10,000 years ago?
Alan.
Wow, that is rude.
Yeah, he's rude. No, you can't
rude.
do that
Alan's
anymore.
21.
You can't do that anymore.
That is rude.
Rudesville.
I will not stand for ageism around here.
Population.
Nay, I will not.
Alan, us youngsters have to stick together.
I was actually in the Fuerzas Básicas of Xolos Cuites at the time. So.
According to his Wikipedia page, Ian Mai is still a defender for the San Diego Loyal.
Okay.
But I don't know. These guys have opportunities to go to college as well.
Yeah.
So, because they sign academy contracts, and academy contracts allow them to maintain their college eligibility. So guys could get picked up by a college squad, and if they're going to college somewhere else, that might pull them away.
Mm-hmm.
He is 17.
Okay.
So he's probably finishing up his
senior year.
Was it 2004? His junior or senior year.
17-year-old from 2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
November 9th, 2004. So only a few years younger than me. So he might have some opportunities to go find a college gig and do that. But I know that they've signed some new academy players. It doesn't mean that the old academy players are gone. We just haven't seen them. So in preseason. So he might still be on a roster, and he's just an academy select kid now, and not like getting some first team minutes. But according to Wikipedia, that wonderful source of knowledge, but that might be something we can ask during a practice sometime coming up.
I was going to tell you. Here we go. Wednesday, ask Matt Hall.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. When I was 16, I did not have a Wikipedia page. I still don't.
Yeah, we still don't. We should get on that. There was another chance here in the second half. That was pretty important. Again, you guys are alluding to Kyle Vassell getting destroyed, getting fouled here and there.
After getting destroyed's a bit much.
That's what you said, Chiva.
No, you're.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
He was getting fouled a lot.
You said that he was getting destroyed. That he couldn't even stand up. Said se caía de hambre. That was all you. Alan was here.
Okay.
But eventually that kind of fired a fire up his butt.
Wait, what?
That's the saying, right? And then he had this chance, and we'll slow-mo here for you guys. This chance that hits that post, and ricochets out. Unfortunately, did not go in. Last week, Kyle had a goal that went in, but was disallowed off offsides. This time, pretty much scores a goal, but it just doesn't go in.
He got
right?
called offsides twice, and he was going to go 1-on-1 against the keeper as well. And I think one of them you told us how it wasn't offsides.
Yeah, one of them was not offsides. Again, the eye in the sky, singular eye.
You should not be the eye in the sky.
I should never be the eye in the sky.
Oh, man.
But yeah, again.
That shot right there scared the bejesus out of me. I don't think I've heard a ball hit a post with that much anger in my entire life. Like, that was so loud. Like, you could hear the force of the ball hitting that post pretty squarely. Like, if this was hockey, it would have like ping. Oh, it was just like, it was great.
Let's see if we can hear it here.
Oh. Yeah, you can hear it. Oh, man.
And from like the angle he got on it too, like tons of pace that I was not expecting either from that shot. Like, he just kicked it as hard as he could, put his laces through the ball.
With his right?
With his right.
And from what we think and what we've seen, he feels very comfortable with his left. So if that's his right, that's his weak foot.
I don't know. I think he's just
ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I 5-star weak foot for those of you that play FIFA. Pretty much doesn't have a weak foot, but that's good to see. But unfortunately, was not able to score. Has not opened his account here in San Diego, even if it is preseason. But if we were to compare, right? If we were to compare to where Loyal was last season, I think we're in a much better spot. And we've heard Landon say that, not just with the cohesion of and the chemistry of the base of the team, but with these new players coming in, I don't remember Corey being this dangerous. I don't remember Ben Spencer being this dangerous at this point. I don't remember the team overall being this dangerous. Tumi Moshobane, again, it was a fluky-ass goal.
He's got him better, though.
I don't know how that ball rolled in between a forest of legs, but it did, and it went in, and it counts just as much.
What are you talking about? It was a golazo from outside the box.
It was a golazo from outside the box. Yeah, no.
As far as anyone cares.
Who can argue against us?
But definitely it was a good offensive game. I think a very different offense for San Diego Loyal. Again, this time around in preseason, more attacking plays up vertical. You mentioned Allen; they're a lot stronger in the air. Even a goal off a set piece off of a Charlie Adams, set piece, pase, centro.
What?
A Charlie Adams
cross? What do you
cross? Yeah, it was Stoneman, right?
Oh yeah. It was a set piece from Charlie Adams, and Stoneman was wide open in the box. He just literally just put his head there, and the ball just floated into the top right corner over the goalkeeper. It was a beautiful goal, beautiful header. You don't need any power on your headers just to have a beautiful goal, man. It was just a great header. I'm glad he scored it. I think him along with Kyle Adams were the two tallest players on the field, so it was bound to happen by either one of them. I think Stoneman has a better header, which is why Kyle Adams sometimes stays back a little bit. But, I mean, it's good to see Mr. Yellow Card himself getting on the score sheet.
Absolutely. We did have a couple questions for undefeated San Diego Loyal assistant manager, Nate Miller, after. Yeah. And you and Alan handled this presser along with KUSI, apparently.
Nate, back-to-back starting lineup with the same players. It's safe to say that this could be the potential lineup for March 12th?
Not necessarily. We still have a couple players who aren't registered with the league yet with visa stuff. So,
Boxel?
I think he said players.
Players, plural. He did tell us that there was somebody who wasn't even announced. Do you remember that, Alan?
He did tell us. He told us in that one interview we did.
And we've seen people that we haven't seen at Torero, is all I'll say. So interesting little tidbit there from Nate.
It's a group we're working with at the moment. There's other players who've been playing really well, but we wanted to start preseason with good consistency and build a couple new pieces into what we're doing, but along with keeping the same core. So it's definitely a group that we're happy with and we're building, but I wouldn't guarantee that at all.
Talk to us about Nick Moon. I know it's kind of a reconnection with you from Lansing. Looked really nice. Ball retention looked good. He looked pretty solid. What do you like from him tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was a lot better against Vancouver than he was tonight.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Did you agree with that, Alan?
I can, based on the further part of his answer, I can understand where he's coming from. I just happened to notice a little bit more tonight from this game because I was paying a little bit more attention to Nick Moon than maybe I was the first game. It's particularly like his strength through tackles was particularly like good in the first half. But obviously, I am not a USL level mind like Nate Miller is, so he's going to notice things, especially like and compared to like what he wants him to do as well. I don't disagree with what he says as part of his answer after this, like what he would like to see a little bit better from him.
Yeah, no, Nick Moon has height that's not usual of a winger. It has a strength of like a center attacking mid because the ball just sticks to him too. Like he's incredibly strong. He'll run through a defender and somehow the ball will bounce around off 3, 4, 5 legs, but he'll maintain possession of the ball. Then he'll look up and do something creative with the ball to give it off to Guido. Him and Guido play off really well of each other, and it's really good.
Moon magic.
Moon magic.
Make it a thing, guys. Moon magic.
Moon magic. I like it. But no, I'm very excited to see what else Nick Moon. But like, is Boxall really going to be that? Is somebody else who doesn't have a visa really going to come in like? And just penetrate this first team.
I'm excited to see when Boxall gets here and how he plays. According to Mr. Duffy, he's a better center back than Josh Jarrow. So, and that's
well, I think he was talking about Adams.
No, he was talking about Boxall. I think wasn't Boxall a center back as well?
That's correct.
Yeah. So he told me that he's very excited about that signing. He would say he's better than Josh Jarrow, which is a lot to say, considering Josh Jarrow was probably
the best
top three best players last season.
Let's finish off with Nate. What else do you have to say for yourself, Nate?
I think a lot of our attacking players turned it over more than we'd like them to, and we're probably trying to force the issue really early on. Obviously, there's a big crowd here in preseason. They're trying to make plays. But I love Nick. I've known Nick for a long time, and I think he's going to provide us a lot. You see on the wing, he's a very good 1v1 player, and so that gives us a whole different dynamic. When we switch the ball to him, if it's a true 1v1, we're happy with that matchup. So his ability to run at
Cheap shot
players
to
and
Ibarra.
his athleticism really changes.
You stay quiet about the new Tacoma Stars MASL Player of the Year, Miguel Ibarra.
Player of the Year.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we saw him play. There's not much to compete.
I think how teams will defend us. So, yeah, I'm very familiar with him, but it's going to take him some time to gel with the group.
Wow, man. I'm excited for this home opener.
I just realized, like, I can't be a manager. I can't be a coach. Like, I'd be way too positive about it. Like, no, it was a really good match. Result over this? Nah, like, we still lost, but, it was an all right performance. But, no, it was just, like, complete opposite of what I would have said, like, after this game, right? Like, again, that's why we're not the actual people running the team.
I'd be a very pessimistic coach.
The kids had fun out there. We got some orange slices at halftime, and they were really positive.
And
we were talking about the new Pokemon we caught at Pokemon Go. I think the kids were having a great time out there, and that's why we're here. We're out here to have fun.
It's not about the scoreboard; it's about having fun.
Yeah. So I mean,
could you imagine if like Landon one day says that, like, oh, it's about having fun?
He's the last person that would say that.
But imagine how great that would be.
The last person that would say that. So this game ends up being 3-2 at the end. Entertaining match. I think the people at Torero, us included, were very happy with the soccer match that happened. It was entertaining, high paced. The ball was running slick. The players were slipping here and there. There was dramatics. There was strong fouls, no calls. There was good calls, bad calls. There was balls hitting off the woodwork. I mean, you can't really ask for a better exhibition soccer match to have
35 goals. I mean, people got their money's worth for sure.
I mean, you thought it was going to be 3-1, and then Xolos ruined that in the last 4 minutes. That was fun.
Don't even remind me.
Hey, it was 3-1 against the first team. So, like,
thank you.
There's a small win in there for you, Chiva.
I'm still on it from last season.
So this leads us to, I guess, the next time we'll see Loyal play a game, because again, there's 2 upcoming preseason matches that'll finalize this run here.
That won't be televised, and we probably won't get any updates on.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So
it will.
See you, Alan, in 3 weeks. See?
No, we're gonna talk about the kid.
No,
review.
definitely. We'll talk about stuff that's coming up. But so the home opener is against LA Galaxy, Los Dos. Mini preview here, Alan. What are your thoughts now that you've seen 2 games of the same first team? But Nate Miller said it's not the first team. It's not guaranteed to be the first team. How do you see this game unfolding?
Yeah, it's always tough when you're talking about Los Dos because you're not sure what they're going to look like on the pitch, and how, especially with the move with MLS Next and Los Dos hanging out one more year in USL. It's always hard to predict what Los Dos is going to look like. Allegedly, they had a game yesterday, I guess, against Las Vegas, maybe. I don't know. No one knows. But you're going to face a young team that's hungry. I think San Diego has shown in the past that they are going to play their game and they're going to take their game to LA. And I think more often than not, that's going to be more successful for San Diego. When you're playing young kids, it can go either way, but you can also, when you're playing kids and you are as physically dominant as it looks like San Diego might be in the attacking third, that's going to be a tough matchup for them. So I think there's going to be a lot of positivity. I think you're going to see maybe a little bit of rust out of the gate, just because it's coming out of preseason. You're not trying to peak week 1, right? It's a long season. You still got some things to work on and develop. But I think if San Diego plays the way they played against Xolos, I don't see a way that they're not going to have a chance to win. Now, what they might have a problem with is that finishing, but Charlie Adams is playing really well and moving the ball and dropping it in to Kyle. If they can find some guys to run off of him, I think it's going to be a tough team to be at home. The other thing that's a little bit of worry from what Nate Miller said is, they're going to go out in front of that home crowd and maybe feel a little bit of pressure, or a little bit like too much energy, too many nerves, and try to really press. And we saw how that kind of turned out. But, you get an early goal, it settle things down. I think, they can roll Los Dos pretty easily if they play the way we know that they can play. So it should be a really fun home opener. It should be pretty competitive, but ultimately it's probably going to be a successful night for San Diego.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited for that game. I do think. Thank you for that, Tony. Tony. Yeah, no, they're definitely gonna. I do think they're gonna win that game. I'm going for a 3-0 and a clean sheet for.
We're making predictions already. I mean,
I'm making my prediction from right now, and it's gonna be a 3-0 win by Loyal, with a clean sheet for Coque Vegas.
Unfortunately, again, we wouldn't be doing our due diligence as media here, Alan. But I don't think this news has broken anywhere, and I think it's okay for us to say that because we haven't heard anything up until now, but we are with the understanding that there will no longer be Soapy Joe's clean sheet washes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my car will be dirty.
Yeah. So
I don't have a car.
Regardless of that's right. Regardless of the effort that San Diego Loyal players, as much as they love showcasing the fact that they got, us.
Can I get a free bike wash?
I'll wash your bike.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Some comments in here. Never saw Ibarra go from a 1v1. Always played it to the back. It's okay.
Yeah, and that'll be good for indoor for him.
I mean, man. Yeah, he wasn't ever going to beat anyone one-on-one, and he wasn't a really dangerous player. And I think that's what Loyal was missing in that final third was you have to have 2 or 3 guys that are dangerous. I mean, we see that with the success of, Phoenix with their kind of 2 inverted wingers, Mowar and Solomon Asante, although Solomon Asante won't be there, but they'll definitely have someone to replace him. When you have multiple guys to mark in the final third, it means your back line has to pick and choose, and that opens up space for everybody else. And didn't quite have that because people were able to kind of target a couple guys like a Toomey or clog up the 18-yard box for Herzog. So Ibarra is a good player. I don't think he necessarily fit with what we were trying to do.
I agree with that. Jason, I agree with you. We're going to kick the shit out of Los Dos. Never been more sure of anything. Sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you. That's why I'm saying 3-0 to start off the season. How great would that be? 3-0 start off the season, Tony. How great? Okay, I guess not that great, guys. Thanks.
Very great.
Oh.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. Yeah, it's
great. It's going to be fantastic that we're going to destroy them.
Yeah. Woo.
That's fucking terrible.
Beat LA.
You saying beat LA? Okay, Mr. Oh, I'm still a Laker fan. Let's go Rams. Let's go Dodgers. I don't even watch baseball.
Yeah. But this is football.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So we'll see. We still have the kit reveal between then and now, too. You've bought one. I've bought one. Alan?
Not yet.
Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Are you just waiting for it to drop that day and then you're gonna pounce?
Yeah, I think so.
So wait, did you put? Is it gonna get delivered to you, or did you pick it up at the store?
Oh shit, that was an option.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But my thing is, do we pick it up the next day, or is there gonna be a date? Like,
I'll check with Charlie.
Okay, I'll check.
Like the embodiment of Charlie.
With Weston.
Okay, you do that. I'll check with Mr. and Mrs. Charlie. But yeah, no. So I think we're good to leave it there. Alan, do you have anything else? San Diego Loyal, did we miss anything? Although I am missing you.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a bummer for 2 weeks to know that the team's playing and not really see what they're doing. And hopefully, we see some guys get announced and or cleared through the league. Because again, you have to register guys with the league, and I know that they're still working on a couple people. So we're not quite to a full roster yet as far as who they're going to bring in. So there's still some exciting news to happen. I'm stoked to see the kits and to purchase one of them. And no, I think it's going to be a couple good weeks of nervously waiting for the season to start, and then it's going to feel like Christmas. I think if you have those 2 weeks of people in, the home opener might not be as special. It's like you gave us a taste, and now you have 2 weeks to mull it over to feel good, and then feel a little bit antsy again and excited to get back in the stadium.
For those of you that have been there at the stadium, keep that energy, store some of the energy. It is going to be a long season, more games than San Diego Loyal's ever played in the season with the Open Cup added.
Like Jason said on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was you, Jason. He did tweet that there was a lot of regular faces that weren't there for that game, and it was nice to see new faces show up.
Yeah, it's always nice to see new faces. I agree.
There was a lot of faces that we didn't get to see that
yeah.
night.
No, I mean, it's part of it, right? So if you're going to be there, be there. If you're not going to be there, don't be there. Whatever. 109 was still rocking. God bless Adrian and those drums. God bless that guy.
The locals, everyone, man.
Everybody.
That was amazing.
Shout out to the locals. But yeah, I think.
I do have a question for you, Chiva. Where are you watching the Carabao Cup on Sunday?
Oh, Chiva.
Fuck. Do you mean the tournament that we're not in anymore?
Oh, I like it.
Because I mean, we're out in that one, and I believe we're on the FA Cup too. So I'm not here for this bullying.
All right, I looked up Carabao and the animal, animal came up. Carabao.
Is it semifinals already? I wouldn't know. I mean, you're gonna make it.
Yeah, that's the joke.
No, but is it semifinals?
Sí, vato.
Is Chelsea in it?
Shh, papa. Here, let me just.
How do you not know this? It is the final of the Carabao Cup.
Oh, it's the final.
La final, papi.
It is the English.
I couldn't care less.
The EFL. You only care if your team's in it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. When was the last time your team was anything important?
Well, we signed Ronaldo.
No, the Europa League that you guys lost against Villarreal. That was the last important thing you guys were on. Califino.
If I'm gonna be getting bullied, I mean,
oh boy,
here it
this
is.
the beginning of it. I don't know about this partnership, guys.
I'm gonna be
That
getting bullied.
That looks dangerous.
Oh my, oh boy.
Hopefully you guys don't finish all 4 of those tonight.
We'll try. We'll try not to.
I'm not driving.
That's right, you're not, because you don't have a car. But
Oh man, car crash jokes and
jokes,
elimination jokes of my favorite team. Wow, great.
No, this is fantastic. I love it. You won the Super Bowl. Relax.
Makes up for it,
So what? 3-0 Chelsea wins against Liverpool, Alan?
And then you wake up and realize that that's never going to happen. I do think it'll be a pretty fun game, though. I mean, it is Sunday at 8:30, so I would probably wake up for this. But
I mean, last time
there is a chance that I turn off my alarm and not. It should be a fun game, though. I think Chelsea's starting to like perform a little bit better. Liverpool looks super fun to watch. Luis Diaz, as you mentioned earlier, is so fun. So we'll see. It should be a fun match. Chelsea, Liverpool is always a entertaining match, unlike boring Man U.
It's okay, Chiva. You can stay in.
What time is this game?
8:30. You can stay in, bro,
8:30.
since you're not involved. It's okay.
I do think that 2-2 Chelsea Liverpool match from earlier season was a really fun match.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best games of the season. Just a masterclass of how to hold off 11 v 10 players.
Yes.
Was that
That
actually?
looks like. Hold on. I have. Sorry. I gotta go wash my hair, guys.
Sounds good.
I
Please
have
keep
to
that
go wash my
afro.
hair.
Keep working on that afro, Alan. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.
Thank you, Alan.
He has a really good afro underneath that hat. If you ever see it off,
for
like it's
sure.
actually it's
For sure.
oof.
I got a new phone. You like my new phone? Wow.
That new laptop though,
I got a new laptop too. I'm dropping bills over here, man.
dropping dimes. But again, thank you.
Someone asked me, "Oh, did your taxes come in?" I'm like, "No, the taxes are gone."
I mean, they came in, but you know. But again, thank you for joining us, Alan, for 2 balls under wood. It's fantastic to have
What
the
a
best
great name for
mind.
that segment. I mean, who was? I think it was Brandon Rodriguez on Twitter, right? That
Yeah, no, I mean,
2
we
balls under
are
wood.
we have probably the best named segments in
You have
San
the best
Diego's
fans,
podcast.
dude. Best.
I mean, we
community.
have 2 balls under wood. We came up with Chelas con Chavos.
Yeah,
That was fun.
We did come up with that.
That was fun. But thank you once again for joining us, Alan. We had an amazing San Diego day out on can't even say when.
Friday.
Sure.
On Friday, we went up to Del Mar in the morning, and we got to experience our first San Diego wave training, and it was great.
Absolutely. So we did go up there, and again, it's
I thought those fields.
Those fields are beautiful.
Guys,
Beautiful. Like I have
Like,
not.
there's some fields like that. What is it? Oceanside? No.
Oceanside does have a
Oceanside.
couple of fields like that. Those are beautiful fields that they have.
Nothing like
in
that
the
in
Polo
South Bay.
grounds,
Nothing. man.
which is where San Diego Surf headquarters is.
Mhm.
So it was interesting to be out there. It was a picture perfect day. Again, this was like before 7 a.m.
Sure.
That we were out there on that Friday morning.
Yep.
But it was one of the things that we get to do in this podcast, and a lot of people actually respond. We have a new color scheme, a color
wavy color.
a color wave.
Hey, like Tegan McGrady said, right? They're here to make a wave. That was a great pun on the interview.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You forgot about that?
No, I didn't. It's just the way you set it up was kind of weird.
Oh, okay. My bad. Look, dude, it looks like turf,
That's a carpet. It is legitimately a carpet.
but it's grass. It's freaking wild, man.
It was a good night, good day to be out there. We talked with, again, Jody Taylor, Casey Stoney once again. I don't think Casey Stoney likes me.
She dodges your questions, man. Like you ask something.
Like your question,
I
she
mean-
was just like, yeah, well, yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
I mean,
like she
my
like
question was better.
fields it.
Like you asked her about the dimensions of the field, and she said, like, pretty much she said,
there's a
no,
bowl,
like, there's as long as it's
two
a grass
goals.
field, 2 goals on each side, we
don't
should
matter.
be fine.
Which is the correct answer to say. Like I was very okay with that answer that she gave.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
like you're just gonna
why'd you even ask that?
because I want her to know that this isn't just like I want her to know that we're not the Union Tribune and are going to attribute 2 sentences on their entire column to soccer and have it be the game was played, the game ended. That's it.
I feel.
I want her to know that there is, at least us, we know what we're talking about when it comes to soccer. When it comes to talking about dimensions, maybe not. Like, what am I going to talk about? Here's the thing.
Oh, man.
I personally don't know the play styles of these players that Wave has.
And that's what we talked about. We need to be very open about, right? Especially with the team as well. We're very new when it comes to women's soccer, especially the NWSL. I mean,
I can tell you, like,
I think for me, my experience with women's soccer is mostly watching the Women's World Cup, and that's very basic to say, but it is true.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we pride ourselves on. We're very honest on what we do know, what we don't know. Part of the reason why we also brought Alan to our Loyals segment, especially because he's very knowledgeable with the USL.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've come to understand and know this USL and San Diego Loyal by the play on the field. Like, we'll talk about, same thing with Wave. Like, we see a game, we watch a game, we'll say, hey, this player who we aren't familiar with did this really good play and this really good, 1v1 play. And then eventually we'll gradually get to know the players themselves.
Exactly.
By their play style and the way that they play. Hey, this, Alex Morgan, sure. Like, I know Alex Morgan. I can't tell you exactly what her play style is. When I see it and she makes a mistake, like, hey, made this mistake. This could have been the choice, or did something great.
Yep.
This could have been the choice. And
But in a way, that the fact that we don't know this and about these players that are coming into this new expansion team, Wave, it's very good and it's very genuine, because we're not going to be biased, say, as someone that does know the background of all these players, and this player starts underperforming, and they're, you have that little bias saying, no, well, this player has done great. Like, just wait on it. If this player just stops performing, we're going to say, whoa, this player is not really playing like that
we
great.
were told everything about Ben Spencer.
Yes.
That never came into
That's
fruition.
Great. That's a
Fresh cut, Chiva. Shout out to
thank you.
Shout out to you.
Barber didn't fuck up this time.
Did not fuck up. But no, so, we were out there. We saw some of the training, made some connections. We will be having San Diego Wave players on very soon. Same thing that we do for San Diego Loyal. Again, we're going to try to do equal coverage with everybody. They're up in Del Mar. It's a ways from Imperial Beach, and gas is not cheap.
Yeah.
But we will do everything that we can. If there's virtual Zoom, chances to talk with the players, interview, and we'll go ahead and do that. But I'm excited. March 26th is the first home game here at Torero Stadium with the Challenge Cup
against their new rivals, I guess, just because it's LA.
Yeah, LA.
What's their LA something? What's the team's name?
Angel City. Angel City. Something that actually San Diego Loyal Shannon McMillan is very heavily involved with. I saw her at the Loyal game, and I actually asked her, "Hey, Shannon, like, are you down to come on the show and talk about and talk a little bit?" She was like, "Yeah, I'd love to. Anything you like." About Angel City, she's like, yes.
Nice.
Yes. Nice. So we're going to go.
She respects you a lot now. I mean, Papi. But yeah, San Diego, they have a scrimmage against UCLA at Torero Stadium. I believe it was yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
I think they won 4-0, 5-0 based on their social media. Nothing else was.
Yes.
Like, I think it was only family that attended the field. There was very few people.
Yes.
And there were no announcements on it, so
I actually got some insight from somebody who was at the game.
Really?
I'll show you off camera who it was, and it's a very good source that I trust with these things. But
oh, nice,
right?
Yeah.
So I trust their judgment. Said that the San Diego Wave absolutely destroyed, and they still had players up in the U.S. Women's National Team. They got Dahlkemper who's out. They got this team, and
against
even
UCLA,
from
college team.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still a competition.
But the goals they scored on that they posted on social media looked pretty cool. Like they looked like good goals.
Can we look at those?
If they're still in their story, it was in their story, I think. Unless they posted them, then we should be good.
No, it's fine. But yeah, so. Really excited again. Another team in preseason. Is there anything in the comments about Wave?
No, not yet.
Sounds good. But yeah, so that was fun. 4-0 against UCLA. From what we heard from the people that are actually working within the team, that are getting familiarized with not necessarily the sport or anything, they're also hearing like, oh yeah, no, the San Diego Wave's gonna destroy. Like
It's
Galacticos
from what
level.
from what
like,
they're telling us is that this team is way too stacked.
yeah.
But,
So
but,
that's gonna be fun.
what do we know about teams that are way too stacked, like Manchester City, PSG? Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Sometimes it doesn't work out, but then again, in women's soccer, if you're way too stacked, and you
It
beat Tahiti
you
like
usually
20-0.
end up, yeah, and you usually end up winning World Cups. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, all right. So moving on a little bit to La Liga MX.
yeah, man, Chivas. I didn't get to watch this game live. I got to watch highlights and replays because we were at the Loyal game, right? But Chivas played Leon and they lost 2-1 in a last-minute heartbreaker by Osvaldo Rodriguez, who is a very good left back. He's a very good player. Gets called up to El Tri from time to time, pretty much almost every time now. But what's exciting about this game was Macias came back from Spain. I guess he wasn't getting the minutes. He ended up coming back. He got some playing time here. He got subbed on he got around 20 minutes, I think, if not less.
But why should the people care about any of this?
The people about Macias coming back?
Yeah.
Like Chivas fans?
Or not Chivas, people who are listening who are non-Chivas fans.
Oh, I mean, because I love Chivas, and this is my take on Chivas, and you're going to listen. I'm just kidding. No. The fact is about Mexican soccer is something that we're trying to get into a lot, right? And what better way than to cover like the games, at least from my favorite team, and that's what we like to cover, right? We like to cover Chelsea, Man U, and we go on back and forth with it. But Liga MX is a very competitive league, right? And just a simple fact that you can be in like 15th place with 3 weeks left in the season, and you can still make playoffs. Like, that's freaking wild. Like, that's unheard of in any other league in the world.
So, literally, you're talking about 9th place Guadalajara right now, right? So,
Yeah.
everybody who's in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th,
They're into the
blue?
Liguilla. They're into the Liguilla.
They're into
for
the
sure. Yeah,
Liguilla.
the quarterfinals.
Like, so they got a first round bye, is what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
So
Don't say no. This is people who don't understand.
So they don't
Relax.
get
You
a
fucking
first round bye.
pretentious fuck.
no. So I'm answering your question.
I know you are.
So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I guess it's kind of like a first round, but it's really not. So they get to the quarterfinals, and there's a thing called repechaje, which is like a playoff before the playoffs.
Like a wild card.
Wild card. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, cool.
So wild card is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
So
12th place against 5th.
So number
11th against 6th. 10 against 7, 9 against 8. And it's just one game.
Okay.
It's played at home for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th seed. They get the home field advantage on that wild card match.
Interesting.
So it's just one game. There's no more away goals in playoffs in Liga MX
Love
as
that.
well as Champions League.
Love that.
So if they tie, then I believe it's the higher seed that
The
goes
higher
through.
seed moves through. Okay.
Yes.
So that means that the
Lower seed has
regular
to win.
season actually matters in those type of games if you do end up tying. So that's cool. And then they go play whoever 1, 2, 3, and 4 is.
Yeah, so say
Puebla's in first? What?
yes, they're
What's going on here? What?
Dude, Puebla is just
So Puebla is like a rinky-dink, like, I don't even know. If we were in Premier League, it's like
they beat
if,
Monterrey 1-0 on Friday, and they scored a early goal, and then they got a red card in the 53rd minute. And Monterrey fans have actually starting to protest.
Why?
There's a clip of them like around Gallardo's car, just because they're saying the players don't care about the team,
Okay.
and they really don't. Like, I mean, like Monterrey is known to just buy players, and players go to Monterrey for the money.
Okay.
Like we saw with Pizarro, left Chivas. Everyone said, "Oh, he's gonna go to Europe if he leaves Chivas."
He
right?
went to Orlando. And
No, he went to Monterrey first after Chivas.
Oh,
because they
that's
paid him more
right.
money.
That's right.
And then from Monterrey, oh man, he'll go to Europe for sure. Now, where did he go?
Yeah, MLS.
MLS, Inter Miami,
Womp, womp.
more money. So a lot of the players in Monterrey and Tigres, they go there for the money.
Yeah.
And fans are fed up, especially losing to Puebla with that team that stacked.
So Puebla is like a Crystal Palace, is what you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that can definitely surprise. There's definitely started off hot. We've seen it before where teams start very hot in Liga MX and they don't end like that, and they end up not making playoffs, or they end up like losing in the quarterfinals or in the wild card match. The other surprise team here is America. I don't think I've ever seen them this low in the table 6 weeks in. They have 4 points. They have 1 win, 1 draw, 4 losses. They lost against Pachuca 3-1. And there's already talks that Solari should be fired. But with the people I've talked to that are America fans and they explain things to me is that that's not even going to be the problem anymore. Solari's not the problem. It's just a lot of the players that they have, they don't play for the lo que le llaman en español, por la camiseta, you know?
Yeah.
And as a Chivas fan, I'm more than happy seeing this go on this season. But, I mean, other than that, like, LigaMX is just very entertaining. If you're not into it, I suggest try it. It's very fun to watch. You'll see some games that you'll be like, oh, shit, like, what?
Yeah, and as we had alluded, Necaxa ties against Xolos Quintles the day before they play against San Diego Loyal. So that's why you didn't see a lot of the main team play. So hopefully that does change in the future, and we can get a more clear view of where the San Diego Loyal team stands against teams like Xolos Quintles. Because, again, it was a lot of the academy kids. But
Cruz Azul, they won 4-1 against Toluca, and Charlie Rodriguez scored again. And Charlie Rodriguez has to be the biggest steal of this transfer market in the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
They traded Charlie for Luis Romo, and Luis Romo is one of those players that's not doing shit for Monterrey. And Charlie's killing it with Cruz Azul. Like, they also got Antuna for a trade for Alvarado and Chivas. Alvarado's not doing shit for Chivas right now. So this Charlie Rodriguez trade benefited Cruz Azul so much, and it's looking good, man. The season so far is looking good. It's looking like there's teams that can surprise. Chivas can definitely play pretty good, and they have in previous games. Atlas is still there competing. Cruz Azul is competing. And, I mean, LigaMX is a league that anybody can win it, and it's not just going to be the popular team winning it.
Ricardo Virgen says Monterrey has overrated players.
They do, and Gallardo's one of them.
Yikes.
Like, we should not have him in the selección anymore.
Then again, that's what you're saying about Mr. Guardado. I was over here scoring goals, fantastic goals. And
I mean, yeah,
you know,
no, Guardado should not be there.
A crack the cracks. But yeah, so that was the, I guess, San Diego, Mexico area soccer talk, right?
Yeah, now we get to fly across the Atlantic. We need an airplane sound.
Did you not hear my fucking play?
You know what I'm upset about? No more football, and we're not gonna hear your voice of what we're sponsored by.
What do they say in the Champions League?
Heineken?
It is Heineken. But they don't say it. Like, they don't, like, there's no, like...
Those commercials are pretty cool, though.
There's no, like... La Champions League está patrocinado por Heineken. No, they don't say that.
No. Champions League is happening this season and this week.
Oh, the season boy? It's happening this season, boy? Oh, boy.
It happened this past week and this week. Let's talk about the last week's matches, right? The first one that we were all very excited for was PSG against Real Madrid. It was Mbappe against Real Madrid. Ramos didn't play for PSG against his former club. And it's also Messi and Neymar once again together against Real Madrid without Suarez.
Yeah, no, it was a good game, 0-0 up until the last couple of instances of the game. Like you mentioned, it would have been nice to see former Real Madrid captain and all everything, all white everything Ramos play with Messi against that old team.
Yeah,
unfortunately that doesn't happen. But again, Paris Saint-Germain is pretty stacked.
Oh, yes, they are.
If you look at their lineup, dude. Again, this is heavy hitters. Now we're talking in this stage. There are still some outliers. We're talking about. Okay, let's get out of the way. Man City beat Sporting 5-0. No competition. Great goals. But what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
are we really watching?
Is a complete
watching that? Even if you're a Man City, even if you're a Sporting fan, what are you doing watching your own game? You're getting destroyed.
No.
Go watch PSG.
No, you still watch your team.
No,
like,
obviously.
But any neutral fan, even City fans are gonna watch that. I think even City fans probably had the PSG Madrid game on the side on their phone or something.
Yeah. So look at this.
As a neutral
lineup.
fan, you had to watch this game.
You have Gianluigi Donnarumma, Hakimi, arguably the best right back or one of the best right backs in the world. Marquinhos, Kimpembe, solid center back pairing. Mendes, who is
a youngster,
up and comer. Danilo Pereira, I think.
Maybe.
Oh boy, soy
Yeah.
un genio. Danilo Pereira playing for PSG. Then you have Paredes, the Argentinian.
Some of the outliers you're maybe saying.
Yes.
I mean, they're still great players.
Yeah, but then, Verratti, I really like the way Verratti plays. He's not the quickest. He's not the tallest. He's not the strongest. He's an incredibly tactful and dirty player sometimes. I kind of like that. Di Maria up front. Luis Messi. El primo the cousin of Lionel. Lionel Messi, and then Kylian Mbappe, the golden boy, number 7.
But then at the bench, you have Keylor Navas at the bench. You have Icardi on the bench. Neymar on the bench. Wijnaldum on the bench. Ander Herrera, Julian Draxler. Like, come on, dude.
Hey,
they're potentially going to add Pogba to this lineup.
Isidro Gay is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Idrissa Gay.
But this game, I thought Madrid would perform a lot better. PSG was just way too good, man.
I mean, let's look at this, right? Courtois, world class. Dani Carvajal, maybe a little, down step from what they're used to in that position. Eder Militao is, again, a golden boy for
he's
Real
25
Madrid.
or 24.
Crazy.
He has a lot of potential.
Brazilian national. David Alaba, again, another world-class player. Fernand Mendy.
He's
excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
Very,
up there
very
with
good.
Alphonso Davies for best left back in the world, along with when he's healthy.
I think this is the problem with Madrid right now. You still have Modric and Toni Kroos.
Yeah, 2 dinosaurs in the midfield. They're not able to track back as much as they could.
So you dare call them dinosaurs, but then you're like, Guardado es un crack, no sé qué, no mames.
Because Real Madrid can get players.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really raise players.
I'm just giving you shit.
I know.
But the Casemiro is still one of my favorites. Center defensive
mid.
This dude gets away with so many fouls. He got carded in this game, and I think he might not be able to play the next game.
Interesting.
If I'm not mistaken.
Marco Asensio on the right wing position. He used to be a left wing, especially when Ronaldo left. That's where they slotted him. This is the place where they've been hurting in the wing since the departure of Ronaldo. However, Vinicius is coming onto his own. He is
last season
pretty
there was that famous clip of Benzema speaking to Mendy in French, like, don't pass him the ball. He's playing against us. He's not playing for us, and this and that. That guy turned that around, man. Him and Benzema have been connecting very well. But again, Mbappe then does this, man. Like, oh, man.
Magnificent.
Like,
Beyond magnificent. That was a fantastic
goes through Militao and what's his name? The right mid that they turned into a right back. Lucas Vazquez. He's also, again, on the older side now.
Yes.
They adapted him to a right back position, and he's not a great defender, obviously. And you can see here. Like, if I'm a Madrid fan and I see Mbappe do this, I'm excited because he's going to do that for my team next season.
Yeah, you just got to wait. You just got to, bordate el huevo for a season, a couple more months, and then he's going to be yours. You see the shot of Benzema down in the bench at this point. There is no more away goals in the Champions League. So, again, this is a clean victory, 1-0. But, had Madrid scored and tied it, it would have been 1-1. I love that. I know you like the away rules.
No,
Did you?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I
Good.
didn't.
I don't like it. Like, anybody who liked it, I get the drama of it. I just don't like doing mathematics midway
Like,
during
I
my
love
game.
seeing extra time, and I love seeing penalty shootouts, and we're going to get more of it now.
It
The
just
class
makes
in
so
this
much
goal,
sense.
man. Like, whew. Mbappe is, without a doubt, the best young player in the world. Like, he's better than Haaland.
Yes.
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 Like,
yes.
yeah. I like that you thought about it.
No, I mean, I want to make sure that my answer with the information that I have right now is accurate. So I don't want to sound like a dumbass in a couple months. Mendy can't play, says 619 Soccer.
Mendy can't play, so not Casemiro. Mendy can't play.
Interesting.
Got it.
Say Alvarado.
I mean, you still got Marcelo, right?
Alvarado
Like,
sucks. Love that. But yeah, so again, Sporting losing 5-0 against Manchester City. That was the big draw of that day. Unfortunately, it was rather predictable.
yeah, man. And then on Wednesday we had Liverpool versus Inter. 2-0 win by Liverpool. Late goals, 75th minute and 83rd minute. We thought this would be a close game, but we did predict that Liverpool would win this game, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, Liverpool's just in a very, very strong momentum run right now, and Salah is just out of his mind. Mane is out of his mind. Like, this. What else is there? What else is there to say about Liverpool, man? Like, they're just playing lights out. Right
Yeah. So Liverpool, coming back up.
you should be worried for that final.
Let the people who are in the final worry, Chiva.
I'm gonna give you shit if
us.
you guys lose. Like, so much shit.
Oh, what? So you're a Liverpool fan now?
No.
Are you gonna praise Liverpool?
No.
Oh, I'm from
Absolutely not.
Liverpool.
The other game, the big surprise.
What?
And you
I
mentioned you
it
said they
last time.
had just
I
lost
meant-
5-0.
I mentioned it last time.
Yeah. Salzburg put Bayern Munich in a run, give them a run for their money.
It did give them a run for their money. They did tie 1-1 in this affair. It's not the Red Bulls that is in the Bundesliga that they play against the other Red Bulls, and that's a controversy all on its own. But this is Austria's version of Red Bulls. If we know anything about the Germans going into Austria, it doesn't usually end well for the Austrians.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't historically. I mean,
Bayern Munich ended up getting a last-minute goal in this one. Kingsley
like I said, it
Coman.
was Poland or anything.
Dude, you need to stop.
It's all good. Hey, but watch out. If Bayern tries to go into Russia in the winter, Napoleon tried to do that once. Didn't work out for him.
This is not a political podcast.
It's not that's not political. It is literally history. But definitely a shock 1-1 in the first leg of this here. This was, I think that Upamecano came from here, right? Or did he come from the German version?
I'm pretty sure it was the German version.
Bato, I don't recognize any of these players from Red Bull Salzburg. Do you?
Let me take a look.
Nielsen, Solet, Wuber, Ulmer, Capaldo,
Adeyemi.
Kamara, Seawald.
Adeyemi's pretty good on top. Scored a couple goals in the group stage already this season.
Interesting.
But yeah, other than that, like, this is a very, very Cinderella team if they end up going through. I don't think it'll happen. I think Bayern at home ends up just being completely dominant against them, though.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so tomorrow, actually, there is Champions League action.
Your boys in blue.
The boys in blue are coming back. The boys are back in town. We're going to go ahead and go against Leo. This match was kind of moved around. Fuck was that?
I don't know. That was hard. No.
Okay. But yeah, so European.
What was that?
I have no idea. European champions versus the champions of the French league last time. Oh, look, it's the French flag.
Is this going to be a cakewalk for you guys or no?
It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a tough match. It's just like, Chelsea likes to complicate things usually in the Champions League, especially at home. Right now we are slated by 74% to win this game.
You guys are at home though. You guys went through a second place, right?
Yeah, we did go up in second place. Juventus went up first. But in any case, I think it's going to be a good match. Chelsea is hitting a stride right now. Hakim Ziyech is playing really well. The center mids, Kovacic and and Kante are linking up really well too.
Yeah.
Lukaku is just it's Lukaku. Things are rolling. The
Did
team
he get
is
like
going.
7 touches in his
He got 7
game?
touches.
Like,
Yes,
that's,
he
I
did.
think statistically
They
that's
still-
the worst since they came up with that statistic,
Yeah.
which was in 2013, I think.
Chiva, did you know that you're the worst, since I came up with the statistic, worst podcaster here in this?
No, but that statistic came out
venue?
in 2013.
I know.
So
They're just fucking making statistics out our ass now.
that's what everyone does. I mean, but yeah, what do you think?
On this
Score
Tuesday,
for your Blues tomorrow?
I say a 3-1 win.
Okay.
Is
You guys haven't been scoring that many goals though.
we really haven't, but this is where it starts, and usually I'm
Okay.
right about these things.
We'll see if it's true. The
absolutely.
other game on tomorrow on Tuesday is Juventus versus Villarreal. Villarreal is not a team to underestimate, and I know this firsthand with my club. But again, Juventus, the team that hasn't been performing that well. They have been winning some games, but again, they didn't start off on a hot streak, right? And like we expected them to. They just signed that news number 7. What was his name?
Who?
Juventus. that they gave Ronaldo's number?
Starts with a V. Juventus number 7. Watch, Ronaldo's gonna come up. I'm not kidding.
Blahovic, right?
It came up.
Oh,
That's so
isn't
dumb.
it Blahovic?
Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Yes, Vlahovic.
It'll be interesting to see. This is still a very strong team for Juventus, and they should, on paper, win this game. But Villarreal is known to make some upsets happen, so we'll see what happens.
So then Wednesday you have Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. Manchester United not having the best run of forms against your Spanish teams. This is a different tournament. Atletico is not doing so well in their domestic league. There are some holes in that team. There's not the Diego Simeone's team of old. Manchester United struggling, but getting the job done, I would say. 4-2 was good. 4-2 was good.
Struggling, but getting the job done is borderline correct. You're forgetting one thing about this particular matchup, and that is that Atletico Madrid is biggest nightmare in Champions League is Ronaldo.
Ooh, X Factor.
Like, Ronaldo is known to make comebacks against this team in round 16 or quarterfinals, and I think at this point, Atletico Madrid, say they win this game 2-0. If for the second leg, I don't think they'll start talking that much shit. Ronaldo has come back with hat tricks before against them.
Yeah, so the second leg will be at home for Manchester United. The Theater of Dreams, maybe perhaps not the same Theater of Dreams of old as Sir Alex Ferguson.
I'm expecting a very, very low-scoring game. Maybe a 0-0 draw in this game. Maybe a 1-0 win for Atletico.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so,
no, it's not going to be pretty for Manchester United. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they just play lights out and score like 3 goals right off the bat.
So according to Google, wherever the fuck they get their statistics from, however, whatever
was it
is
39%
better.
for Atletico, something like that?
Yeah, 39% win probability for Atletico, 30% draw, 31% for a victory Manchester United. So
yeah,
it's
no,
pretty even.
I'm leaning for a draw in this one, and then hopefully, man, you can win it at home and advance to the quarterfinals. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too confident about this game. I'm not too confident about this team right now. Ronaldo finally did score first goal in 2022.
Ooh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens, man. But, man, my dark horse for the Champions League to win it all is Ajax.
Benfica could be another team like Sporting, another Portuguese team that just gets destroyed just in the trajectory that Ajax is going. They can't even upload a good JPEG to
Tony. Ajax in the league have 70 goals in favor, 5 goals against in 23 games.
Really?
This is not a team to fuck with. Like, these guys are fucking playing amazing, dude.
Okay. Yeah, no, they really are. Haller is just a complete monster in Champions League.
He's a machine,
He is the leading scorer right now, I believe. He scored more goals than a couple of the teams in the competition have the entire season.
Yeah, no, he's at 10 goals so far in the Champions League, which is one more than Lewandowski at the moment.
So it's going to be a good match here. I think Ajax is going to take this one, maybe a 2-0, 3-0, 3-1.
Man, I'm thinking it's going to be like 4-1, 4-0.
Really? Yikes.
Yeah, no, I think Ajax just dominates against Benfica.
Just getting destroyed and demolished in that one.
Something about Portuguese teams not doing too good in Champions League.
No, I mean, they're just
only
just
Portuguese
those teams.
players that are not in the Portuguese teams.
That's just those teams. But yeah, and then just to close it off real quick, after the Champions League, is there anything else Champions League related that I'm missing, Chiva?
No, not really. It's going to be good games. I'm excited to see your Chelsea tomorrow. See how they perform.
Speaking of Chelsea, again, we talked a little bit about Chelsea performing this weekend versus Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, but they do have that match here in the midweek against Lille, so that's going to be exciting to see who they throw out there for the match. There's a couple of youngsters and up and comers that can hold their own in the Carabao Cup. So if we can win some silverware on Sunday, I'm okay with that. But here in the Premier League, things are looking a little spicy because Chelsea won against Crystal Palace, a 1-0 affair. Again, struggling is Lukaku. It's the curse of the striker. They were their highlighter yellow.
Lukaku
you did. No, you definitely did.
I'm glad you finally agree.
You definitely did. So, again, 0 shots on target from Crystal Palace out of 7.
It was not the most entertaining game to watch.
It really, really wasn't. The goal from Hakimi was pretty good. But at the end of the day, they got the job done, getting those 3 points.
From Hakimi, CJ.
Hakimi.
And he scored one that was ruled, I believe, offsides.
Yes.
From a shot off Lukaku. one of his few touches in this game.
One of the few touches, absolutely.
But then towards the end, what was it, like 80-something minute? That it was a cross, and then he just volleyed it in through the goalkeeper's legs. It was a great goal.
No, it was a really good goal. I really like the way that guy plays. Like I genuinely like the way he plays.
No, he's dude. I wish Man U would have signed him instead, but no, he's definitely a world-class talent for sure. And
speaking of Manchester United, this was the lineup that you guys had against Leeds this weekend. I can't believe Mata's still there. Cristiano Ronaldo now up top. Jadon Sancho has been playing pretty good. Jesse Lingard over on the right.
Jadon Sancho is stepping it up, man. He had 2 assists in this game. This guy is playing lights out.
So is this your best lineup?
No, Rashford's not 100% fit.
Okay, so you throw Rashford instead of
Lingard, and you move him to left, Sancho on the right.
So then that's your best lineup.
Yeah, maybe Tejas for Shaw, but essentially this is the best lineup.
Interesting. You think okay? Where's
Varane? Well, Varane has to start over Lindelof, who came in as a sub, finally coming back from injury. Maybe sub in Fred over McTominay. Because Fred has actually been performing pretty well lately. He did score the 3rd goal this game, but. How the hell do you get scored on twice in 70 seconds, Tony?
So again, it's one of those things where Manchester United is getting the job done. They're definitely getting the job done. It's not pretty how they get the job done. This was a good goal by Maguire.
That's what you want to see, right? That's what you want to see. He still has the captain armband, and I mean, I don't know, man. Like he scored. I still don't buy it from him. He's gonna get you 1 or 2 goals.
I mean, that's what he was brought in to do, right? Like, just be a threat in the box. Yeah. He did that in the World Cup. That's probably why he got the contract to begin with. But then, pretty good play here, back and forth. Bruno Fernandes gets his goal. He's lighting it up again. He's coming back. You're
starting to hear his name again.
Yeah,
which is always great. You mentioned it, a couple months ago, or maybe weeks ago, that you're like, dude, I haven't heard shit from Bruno Fernandes. What's going on?
You used to hear his name every week. Every game. Like, every game he would do something that was crazy. But then Leeds just wasn't dying. And then this goal that was like, I don't know.
One of those cross goals that they end up going in. Like, I mean, like nothing the heck can do there, right?
No, I mean, you just don't expect that. Rodrigo himself wasn't expecting that to go in. No. Like, it's just a fluky goal. Like, you do feel like shit because it's a spectacular goal as a goalkeeper, but at the end of the day, there's nothing really that you can do about that.
But happens losing the ball in the midfield when you could be passing it somewhere else instead of trying to take on the player, and then it happens again on the second goal.
Exactly. So then there was this play where Bruno Fernandes does not get touched, goes down, and then that's what leads to the tying goal.
70 seconds. Fellas.
70 seconds.
Don't ever let a girl tell you 70 seconds is not enough. That is more than enough time.
The goal was given. Tied 2-2. Leeds was still pressing, but eventually it just wasn't enough. Manchester United is able to come back and get the goal by Fred.
Pretty good goal, too. Really good goal. I mean, Fred is the player that I'm more than happy to prove me of what I say wrong.
Yeah.
I always give him shit when he fucks up, and I wouldn't be any more happier when he proves me wrong. And I mean, do it more often, please.
And you know, it's crazy that we talk about Bruno Fernandes, where's he been? But if you look actually at after 26 games, the top scorers, he's right there at number 4.
Yeah,
like he's still right there. Like, it's crazy. Cristiano Ronaldo also has 9.
Yeah, no,
Bruno has 9.
I
don't see a Chelsea player here
because you guys have not been scoring that many goals.
We're more of a collective, not just individuals.
Yeah.
So that's interesting there. And then I also saw where was it? The boy again. Most chances created in the Premier League so far, 2021. Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting the hype that he.
Yeah, because Ronaldo's there, and I think the shadow of Ronaldo has weighed on him a little bit. Just too much. You saw it with the penalty misses. He's his big brother coming to your house.
I know. I know. There's a lot of people that are starting to get a little like over Ronaldo, and there's already the rumors that Man U's ready to move away from him. Just wait, guys, to see what he does in Champions League. This is Mr. Champions League.
So if he doesn't do anything in Champions League and you guys get eliminated in this round or the next round, like, get rid of him?
I mean, let him finish his contract and see where he decides to go. I mean, he's still one of the best players in the world. I mean, dude, like it's Cristiano Ronaldo, right? And sadly, him and Messi, they're coming to an end, and you can start seeing it, right?
Yeah, it's the beginning of the end.
We never thought this day would come where we would start seeing a decline in the play. I mean, dude, he's 37. He's 37.
Yeah.
Like
37-year-old man.
Like we wouldn't be talking about any other player that's 37 because they're not playing anymore. The only one that I think comes to mind is Zlatan.
Yeah, and that's rare.
And then we don't even hype him up anymore because, I mean, again,
he's lost in the Serie A. All right, cool. And so last thing we'll mention for
the biggest game of the week.
Yeah, the biggest game of the week.
This game was insane.
That is extraordinary.
Shout out to Tottenham, man. Doing the impossible and beating Manchester City.
Manchester City plus 7 minutes. I'm never going to get used to more than 5 minutes on the extra time.
Well, I mean, the reason they added a lot is because of that, like, there was a lot of, like,
the safety of the players. Blah, blah, blah,
stopped a lot. And
blah, 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 blah.
What's wild about this is that Man City got a penalty called in their favor in the 92nd minute.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to that, right? So
yeah, 92nd minute. Before that, Tottenham has scored the third one. Harry Kane has scored it, and he was ruled offsides by VAR, which it was offsides. But they get this penalty also by VAR. It was a handball. The player slid, hit his hand. It's a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, check VAR. And the commentators, you hear it. They're like, 5 minutes left for Man City to win this. Nobody expected what followed next, which was Tottenham winning it, right? Like,
so it's just 2 minutes after.
Harry Kane. Harry Kane scored twice. Son assisted twice. These guys are literally putting the whole team on their back in this
And that's the thing, like,
and all season and for the last couple seasons.
For the last couple seasons, this is why Nuno, who was there at the beginning of the season, got fired because these two were injured, not fit, and then they just got rid of the guy. Conte comes in and he's like, all right, cool, I still don't have the guys, but I'm going to work with what I have. He did pretty well. He managed to, put a good squad together. Now he gets Son and Kane back.
Yeah.
This can be just the resurgence of Tottenham back to that, hopefully not, to that Tottenham where they made it to the Champions League final, but like it's going to be dangerous. So
this is at this point Tottenham. This is the highlight of the season for them, right? Beating Manchester City in this match. Liverpool ended up winning, and they have a game in hand, and they're only 6 points behind Man City. Just a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how Man City's season is like they're done. They took off and they won it. Not anymore, man. Do you think they choke this season away?
I hope they do. And Liverpool isn't within striking distance.
And it pains me to see Liverpool win it, but I'd rather see them win it than Man City. Because then the whole Manchester is blue and Manchester's greatest team is City. Like,
yes.
I mean, the table's looking pretty interesting right now, man. Man City's in first with 63 points. Then you have Liverpool with 57 with the game in hand. Chelsea with 50 with the game in hand. Man U in fourth. And just a couple weeks ago, they were in seventh. So I love seeing Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U, like in the top four. As it should be, right? Tottenham down in eighth. Arsenal in sixth, making a comeback. Premier League is back how it used to be, and I'm so happy about it, man.
Soccer and everything is back in full swing.
No more football
is over. We might talk baseball, but that's not even a sport right now. Yeah. Soccer is the king of the sports as it stands. There was an all-star game for basketball. LeBron is great. Fantastic.
I'm going to buy a LaMelo jersey probably. But.
Thank you once again to Califino Tequila for sponsoring Two Balls at a Mike's podcast. Check out Califino.
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
Like really good.
And thank you to everybody who's gotten us to this point. Everybody was very happy for us and was very supportive. We want to thank you for that. Thank you everybody who's been shouting us out, retweeting. We're going to be getting content for Loyal, Wave, and everything.
Make sure you guys go to the games because we're going to try to be doing those giveaways.
Go to the games.
Tony has to go to the bathroom, guys.
I do.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. Appreciate every single one of you.
Bye.